Mabuhay! Malipayong mag-abot sa syudad sa baybay! Hey! Hey!
Director po ng Philippines. At tapos mamaya po pa, pwede natin may interview. Sir, pakilala ko po kayo kay Sir Buddy po from Agribusiness namin. Hi. Morning po.
Dito tayo sa VSU, Visayas State University, at tayo ngayon ay a-attend ng Root Crops Fiesta. Ito po ay sponsored ng DOST Picard. At marami ho tayong matututunan itong araw na to. Hanggang bukas, bibisitahin natin yung iba-ibang technologies mula kasama, taro, kamote, and ube. Matagal ho nating hinanap o naghintay magkaroon ng opportunity para makagawa ng mga ganitong feature stories, especially for taro and ube. So yan, so makikita natin yung iba-ibang technology at matututunan nyo yan dito. Available na po ang agribusiness merch sa Shopee. Ang link nasa description box.
The Root Crop Fiesta is now open.
Nagpa-follow ako sa agribusiness.
Ay, salamat po.
Ormoc City, taga-Ormoc. Di ba nagpunta ka din, sir, sa, ano, yung sa Kahoy ba, di ba? Nagpunta ka doon. Ay, yung vlog mo sa Merida, nakita ko.
So kasama natin si Director Marita Carlos.
Yes, sir.
Ma'am Mayet. Apo. Ma'am, ikwento po natin ano po basically itong Root Crop Fiesta at ano po yung involvement ng Picard dito sa event.
Ayun. Unahin natin yung fiesta. Ang kwento ng fiesta, it started way back in 2011. Parang ano lang, kasayahan. We just want to create awareness among the viewers.
Yes.
And it has evolved, tuloy-tuloy siya. And then, ngayon, ang focus na natin is more of technologies na ready for commercialization.
Yeah.
Kaya we make sure na may investors na dadating during the fiesta.
Oh.
So, ang fiesta is centered on the selected commodity. So, this time it's root crops.
Root crops.
So, all about root crops ang pag-usapan natin dito.
So, ito na ma'am yung pinaka-culminating after long years of research.
Yes.
So, ito na, andito na tayo sa commercialization.
Yes. Mamaya makikita natin kasi in-announce nila na merong magsasign ng term sheet. Kasi how do we know na may investors? So during fiesta, yung mga interested na mag-adopt, magsasign sila ng term sheet. Ayun. And then, while we are promoting yung mga technologies for commercialization, hindi natin kinakalimutan yung technologies for extension. Yun yung mga para sa farmers. Yun yung mga technologies na public good. It's free for all interested.
Oh, I see. So, anybody po na na engage into farming, pwede na lang ma-access ang mga technologies na to.
Yung mga manufacturers na ang gustong i-adapt ay yung mga technologies na libre. Kasi yung for commercialization, it's basically, according to ano yun RA 10055, yung technology transfer law, na kailangan yung mga outputs ng research ilabas. So yung mga technologies for commercialization, yun yung may mga investors willing to license. Ang example, yung vacuum fryer.
Yan, maganda yan, ma'am. Very interesting yan. Maraming naghahanap po niyan.
Oo. Ano ba ang in a nutshell, kung ako'y mag-invest, magkano kikitain ko? Yun yung parang i-present nila.
So, part naman po ng farmers, ma'am, ano yung mga research na ready for them para mag-improve yung farming naman nila?
Yung nabanggit ko kanina, yung clean planting materials.
Okay.
Kasi ang mga, sa katagalan kasi, ang mga planting materials, usually nire-recycle lang yan ng farmers.
Yes po, yes
Magka-cut.
po. Cuts lang.
Ang hindi nila alam, sometimes may virus pala. So, nagre-resulta sa, minsan yung tinatawag na kulot, yung dahon ay nangungulot.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
so,
ma'am.
it's actually virus ang cause nun. So, inaano na namin sa mga farmers na don't just plant any, backyard, okay lang eh, kasi kuhunti.
Pero pag yung commercial...
Medyo malaki-laki na. Kailangan sure na clean ang planting materials.
So, galing po ito sa tissue culture?
Yes,
Ganun po.
tissue culture.
Okay, paano nila yan mamahanap, yung mga clean planting materials?
Available sa, actually ang nagpo-produce nan ay yung consortium, yung sa Region 3, Central Luzon.
Central Luzon.
Yung Tarlac Agricultural University.
TAU.
TAU.
Yeah.
And baka dito nagpo-produce na rin
Dito
sila.
rin. Visayas State U.
Kasi
VSU.
hindi naman yan secret but we want to disseminate it to the different stakeholders, farmers.
Ayan, narinig nyo po galing kay Director ha. Anybody, pwede nyo pong ma-access sa mga technologies para mag-improve naman yung from the business side to farming, ma'am.
Abangan ang mga fiestas na darating kasi ito root crops but there are so many fiestas na gagawin natin this year. Abangan na lang ng inyong mga followers.
Yes po. Salamat
Thank
po,
you.
Director. Kasama natin si Dr. Edgardo Tulin, ang Director po ng Philippine Root Crops. Sir, morning po.
Morning.
Sir, kumusta po? Bakit po tayo may Root Crops Fiesta?
Pwede bang in-Englishin na lang?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry. We have this event really to focus on the root crops as a commodity crop, not only in the Region 8 or in Leyte, but actually to provide awareness in the whole country. And we know for a fact that root crops is, in the past, is a subsistence crop, but this time we have elevated this crop into a more prominent status.
Ano po ang ginagawa ng inyong agency, ng Philippine Root Crops?
Okay. Our agency is mandated to work solely, the field root crops is mandated to work solely on root crops, particularly the major root crops, which we have the cassava, sweet potato, taro, and yam.
Taro and yam.
Yes. We also, of course, we have also the minor root crops, like the arrowroot and the other small root crops, but we focus on the four major crops because these are historically or traditionally, these are really what Filipinos used to eat. No?
Yeah. Sir, compared to grain, let's say for example for rice, gaano ka-importante itong root crops na to for our farmers para magkaroon sila ng magandang livelihood?
Okay. It's like this. Rice has always been our staple crop. It's also a political crop, if I have to say. and we are given the choice, especially for most Filipinos. They would prefer rice than eating root crops or kamote. The trend is now reversed because the affluent ones, for example, the elite ones, prefer to use or to eat
root crops.
Yes. Because of dietary concerns or how this market has turned out. But unfortunately, still sad to say, majority of our Filipinos still prefer rice. And we also know that producing rice is very expensive. And expensive because of the inputs, fertilizer, pesticides, and then labor, etc. But with root crops, although it still entail costs in producing root crops, but it's considerably lower than producing cassava, except that we really have to, although there are other alternative uses for root crops, but still, we are still trying our best to really put that in enough. But remember that when it comes to disaster rescue or operation, root crops really play a major role.
Yes.
For example, sweet potato is not easily destroyed with typhoon or flooding. because it's underground.
That's really proven, sir. Even for
Yes.
marami ng mga farmers nagsabi niya na
Yes,
during
yes.
the calamities, yun ang nagsusurvive sa kanila.
Correct. And also, you can eat also the leaves. Salad, which is also highly nutritious. And those that thing alone can really be kind of to rescue, no? Especially in terms of scarcity. And that's how also one of our promotion for sweet potato.
Sir, na-mention niyo yung mga advantages ng root crops, no? And including the potential, the market, ganyan, na may demand. But despite all these things, bakit hindi siya kasing popular ng, let's say, ayan nga, the grain, which is rice, na very political na commodity. Ano, sir, yung mga challenges? Bakit ganon? Bakit hindi siya yung para major crops natin?
That is why we are doing the fiesta, to increase awareness and really importance on root crops. No? Although there are already a number of people eating root crops, but it's not as really as popular as the rice and other grains. So that's really our challenge. The challenge to put really root crops in the kind of it's very challenging. It's very difficult to attain. If you say to be level up with rice, I don't think that is very easy. We accept that, of course, because we know maybe our stomach or human system really with rice. Potato takes the back seat.
Okay.
But still, we still believe that with the other uses of root crops, the root crop industry can take off definitely.
Sir, for those who are interested, yung mga audience natin now, interested na matuto pa more about root crops, paano ho nila kayo makukontak, sir?
Oh, just we have a website, Field Root Crops, and it's all there. So if you have any questions, any inquiry related to cultivation, propagation, where to buy planting materials, methods in processing, and then market link, it's all in that website, and you can contact the director, and anything that you wish to query. I received many communications actually asking for how to buy planting materials, and how to buy already roots, things like that. And we always communicate into this, big or small.
Ayan. So, nakita natin, sila ang talagang source of information as far as root crops is concerned.
We are the only one because we are the Philippine Root Crops Research and Training Center. We have been in existence for a number of years, 47 years.
Director, thank you so much for
Welcome. I hope that informative.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, sana we can, in the future, we can collaborate na makita natin yung mga research, ay pakita natin talaga yung mga technologies.
Okay.
Sige, sir. Sir, you mentioned kanina na yung harvest niyo ng cassava, kamote, ay dinadala niyo pa sa Metro Manila. Ilang percent po yung harvest na pumupunta sa Metro Manila?
Hindi ko masabi si kamote is parang kilala na talaga na parang isa sa mga staple food dito. Although hindi siya ganun kapareho sa rice, but marami dito yung nagko-consume ng kamote sa mga in fresh form. So, ngayon, marami lang nagpa-process ng kamote, marami na kaming processor dito sa Baybay, nabanggit ko na kanina na may stream processor, may GP processor. Sa Northern Leyte, meron ng mga vacuum fried kamote processor, may ST fries, yung parang French fries, meron na. Pero palaki po yung demand for the processing markets actually. So, po yung increase niya kaysa dun sa kinoconsume as in fresh form. Kasi yung fresh form parang stable po siya. But ngayon parami yung nag-avail ng mga processed products, vacuum fried sweet potato fries, and other forms. So talagang very much increasing yung demand for the processing ng root crops at saka kamote.
Yes, sir. But at present, ilang percent yung pumupunta ng Metro Manila?
Mention na yung specific percentage, but parang palaki po talaga.
The reason why I'm asking that, kasi kung dadalhin nyo sa Metro Manila, paano kayo lalaban na nanggagaling ng Pampanga, nanggagaling ng Bulacan. Eh ang lapit-lapit lang nila sa Metro Manila in terms of cost, paano lalaban yung farmers ninyo? Magkano lang nila bibilihin ang kamote dito?
Dito sa Region 8, before yung weather dito is parang may intermittent na dry at saka rainy season. Talagang very suitable for root crops. So mas okay po yung aming production. So makapag-produce po kami ng root crops at a lower cost than the other ones. Sa Region 3, unfortunately for them, habang ng dry season. So talagang yung mga mas rampant kasi dito. Dito sa amin, wala kayo ma-observe kung yung root crops diseases masyado. Doon lang siya rampant sa mga regions na may prolonged dry season.
So because of that, competitive pa rin despite na mas malayo kayo?
Yung Region 8 in terms sa root crops.
Okay.
At saka we are promoting root crops dito kasi nga, root crops siya. At saka yung Region 8 is typhoon-prone area.
Okay, kasama natin si Sir Marlon Tambis at siya po ay Assistant Director dito sa Philippine Root Crops. At Sir, nanggaling tayo doon sa Q&A ng mga media at may mga tanong nga rin ako kanina. But before tayo mag-continue doon sa mga issues na yan, Sir, pwede mo bang ipakita sa amin ano yung mga ginagawa ninyo dito sa Philippine Root Crops?
Okay, so ipakilala ko muna yung Philippine Root Crops, sir. So,
Yes, sir.
ang Philippine Root Crops actually is ang nationally mandated root crops institution, research institution na yung pinaka-focus niya is yung mga root crops. So nag-develop tayo ng mga varieties, develop ng mga proper na production practices, at saka nag-develop ng mga various products, high-value products from root crops po. So dito makikita natin sa mga exhibits yung iba't ibang mga high-value products from root crops. So magsimula tayo dito.
Okay.
Meron
Dito, sir.
tayong beverage.
Okay.
So, isa sa
Ito
mga,
yung parang
iniinom.
juice. Okay.
So pwede siya makuha from leaves, saka pwede rin siya from the roots. So,
Ba, ito yung purple. Yung purple, sir.
Kahit anong variety pwede po siyang gawing
Pwede.
beverage po. So,
Pero
kada
appealing lang yung purple.
si purple mas sumikat siya for that kasi
Sige,
mataas
sir.
kasi yung antioxidant ni purple na variety, sir. Mataas yung
okay.
kanyang antioxidant. Pero yung kung gusto mo ng mataas yung vitamin A, for example, pwede si orange at saka si yellow varieties. Kung gusto mo yung drink na mataas sa vitamin D, calcium, si white po. Si white yung fit. So, si purple, kasi maraming gustong parang mas maka-consume ng maraming antioxidants, so maraming nag-avail
ng purple. So parehas lang yan. It's either leaves or yung root crops mismo. So paano mo ito boboil mo lang to?
Boboil, tapos ano tawag dito? Yung dinadaan sa
blender,
blender
ganyan?
po, ganyan.
So kasama talaga yung
Kasama
leaves?
talaga yung leaves. So lahat ng mga nutrients ng leaves makukuha po sa product.
Oh, I see. Pag si ano naman, si root crops,
parehong proseso po.
Binaboil din, tapos i-blender din. At
in-extract yung parang fine na texture.
Oh, I see. Okay. Eto sir, maganda rin. Sa inyo rin ba to?
Sa amin din po yan.
Okay.
So, isa yung portable vacuum fryer. So, mas mura siya na vacuum fryer kasi sa conventional na vacuum fryer na ma-avail mo sa market.
Okay.
So, pwede na siyang ma-avail sa mga mas smaller na mga entrepreneurs. So yung mga smaller entrepreneurs ngayon, through this technology, pwede na process ng mga high-value products tulad ditong vacuum fried gamuti na gagamitan ng vacuum frying machine. Ito naman ay extruding machine. So kung gusto mo ng yung mga products yung sa movie, yung parang puff products. So ito yung ginagamit po, no? So kami din po yung nag-develop niyan. Ito mga technologies po na ito, sir, is patented technologies or protected na technologies. So kung may gusto mag-avail, mag-contact lang sa amin, magkaroon tayo ng technology licensing agreement or MOA, na i-avail mo yan. Tapos, turuan namin kayo ng mga kung paano siya gagamit.
Talaga yung technology.
Through the technology business incubation approach.
Yes.
Tsaka, kasama sa mga obligasyon ni adapter is yung percentage, maglaan siya ng certain percentage sa kanyang sales as royalty. Pero maliit lang, sir, 2% lang yung hinihingi ng government for that. So, malaking portion ng income is talagang, of course, doon sa adapter. So, yun naman yung purpose namin dito sa VSU, sa Philroot Crops. Mag-develop lang kami ng technology talagang para yan sa public. So, kung sino yung gustong mag-adapt, ibibigay po namin yung technology.
Sir, ang Philippine Root Crops ay nakabase siya dito sa loob ng campus ng
Apo.
VSU.
Yes po.
Ng Visayas State U.
Pero national po yung kanyang mandate.
Yes,
So,
national. Okay. So, I understand, pag siya yung national, lahat ng mga research sa iba-ibang lugar, lahat, pupunta lahat dito.
Apo.
Si national ang magko-consolidate.
Yeah.
Di ba ba?
Actually kami, si Phil Root Crops ay lead agency sa lahat ng mga research
Related to
institution
root
related to
crops.
root crops.
Yes.
So, sa NCT, sa varietal trial at saka sa breeding, meron kaming mga 10 agencies na member po. May UPLB, may Benguet State University, marami po.
Yeah, iba-iba yung state university. Sir, pakita natin yung iba pa.
Yung dito sir naman is sa Civardec, sa Region 7.
Civardec.
Although some dito is products, technologies pa rin ng galing sa Philippine Root Crops na na-transfer na. Saka yung buhol, maraming na-i-adapt yung buhol sa amin ng mga technologies. Yung kanilang technology sa paggawa ng grace, saka after the grace, ginawa siyang mga chippy at saka various other products. So, kami din po yung nagsimula niyan. Although hindi siya protected na technology, so sa ngayon kahit sino actually pwedeng makagawa ng
I see. Ito ba yung parang crackers? Okay. Parang yung fish crackers.
Apo.
Oh. So, pwedeng gamitin ang root crops.
Pwede po. Saka we are yung Philippine Root Crops is nag-a-assist ng mga development interventions. So sa ngayon nga, meron kami nabanggit kanina, kami yung pag-spearhead ng parang varietal trial ng ubi para ma-improve yung industry ng ubi doon sa Bohol.
Yeah, okay. Sige. So, okay, next tayo. Ito naman, sir.
Ito yung sa bike. So, ito yung pinaka-home ng BSU, Phil Root Crops. So, mas maraming display dito is from Philippine Root Crops po. Pero yung makita mo dyan, sir, is yung mga products na yan ng aming mga cooperator, yung adapter ng mga technologies. Yung kamote chips dyan is produced na yan by City LGU. So, nag-adapt sila ng technology sa amin. Pati doon sa ice cream. Yung cookies is produced yan ng isang cooperative na nag-avail ng technology. Saka din yung fries. No? So marami.
Yung mga cookies.
May mga technologies pa kami na pwede pang ma-avail. Wala pang malaking taker like itong wine. Saka,
wine?
Fermented products like the yogurt. Apo. Yan po yung wine.
Paano mo paano mo ginagawang wine ang taro?
Apo. So may sa Philippine Root Crops, mayroon kaming maraming experts. So mayroon kaming experts sa fermentation at saka sa food products processing, no? So isa sa amin dito is si Ma'am Ladi, isang food technologist. So siya yung nag-asikaso ng mga fermented products like wine at yogurt po.
Okay, next po tayo.
Sir, pwede ba picture ko? Idol niya,
Ay!
subscriber mo ako, sir.
Thank you. Okay, sir, continue natin. Ito
naman, sir, ay West Vardec. Region 6 po sila. Pero tumutulong din po si Philippine Root Crops sa kanilang mga product development. So isa sa kanilang mga na-avail doon is yung aming vacuum frying machine. So ginawa yung
yung kanina. So ito,
vacuum fried kamote. So yung technology ng paggawa niyan is na-avail galing po sa amin sa Pilipinas.
Okay. So, ma'am, introduce yourself.
Well, I am Marica Antonio, a faculty of ISAT Leon campus, sir.
Yeah, and impressive yung presentation mo kanina.
Thank you.
Okay, can you discuss yung implement na tama?
Implement. Yes, implement.
Okay,
yes.
sige.
Actually, the 3-in-1 farm implement is a convertible farm implement. We started innovating that implement, which is a farrower. Then we enhance the features. It could be used then for weeding and hilling up. And of course, it could also be converted into a platter.
And this is primarily for root crops, for kamote?
Actually, sir, primarily it was designed for intercropping cotton and corn in our municipality in Leon. Yes.
Okay.
And fortunately, it could still be used for tillage for root crop production. Yes.
Kumusta?
We have a prototype in our school, and it is already used by local farmers in our community, and at least we help local farmers with their crop production, especially during their land preparation po.
And ang school nyo ay in
Leon, Iloilo po.
Iloilo.
Yes. ISAT yung Iloilo Science and Technology University.
Kumusta? So far, ano ang reaction ng panel?
Actually, kanina na nervous talaga ako. And parang hindi ako makapagsalita sa itaas, but at least kinaya naman. I'm hoping for a positive ang feedback lang, at least
okay,
carry
so
naman.
to make it simple, itong farm implement na to, gaano gagaan ang buhay ng isang farmer?
Actually, mas magagaan talaga yung buhay niya because instead of buying 3 different farm implement to be used for farrowing, for weeding, and for plotting, at least isa na lang yung cost. Yes. Yung babayaran niya, isa na lang talaga. So, mag-change lang siya ng plows, which is already, kasama na din.
So, may tatanggalin ka,
yes,
may ibabalik.
May attach, ganun lang naman.
And is it easy to use?
Yes, actually, very easy to use lang po. And yung point hitch niya is very similar lang with the other implement lang. With the mounted to the tractor.
Okay, are you confident na soon makikita ito nationwide, ginagamit ng mga farmers natin?
Yes, I'm hoping, sir. And I'm hoping also to the local agencies like DA to support this kind of technology.
Of
course, yes.
Gawa na natin yan.
Yes, that is locally made.
Uh-huh.
Yun nga yung sabi ko because most of the implements talaga is coming from China, from Japan, and wala tayong yung atin talaga. So yun yung gusto namin i-solve na at least meron sana tayong dito na ating implement for local farmers.
Yes. Baka may mga taga-Department of Agriculture na nanonood sa atin. So, i-deliver mo yung message mo sa kanila.
Yes, I am hoping that you'll have a positive feedback with this technology and support also this technology for us to improve the lives of the local farmers in the municipalities. That's all.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. I'm Dame from Central Philippine State University.
From?
Negros Occidental, sir.
Okay. So medyo malayo rin.
Medyo malayo. After 2 plane and mahaba-habang drive papunta dito and we're here.
What's the name of the school?
Central Philippine State University.
Central Philippine State University. And located exactly what town yan?
In the heart of Negros Occidental in Cabancalan City,
Cabancalan City. Ayan. So, describe yung iyong invention or yung technology.
So yung pinitch namin kanina is a multi-crop pulverizer. It's a machine which can produce flour from multiple origins or raw materials, sir. But mainly, yung ginamit namin na raw material for the trial is sweet potato.
Okay.
And it turns out na maganda naman yung kinalabasan.
Paano yun? You have to dry the sweet potato first before mo gamitin?
Yes, sir. You have to dry it hanggang maging crispy siya. Tapos salang dun sa flour machine namin para maging flour.
But other root crops pwede, like?
Taro.
Cassava.
Yung next na tinry namin after sweet potato is yung banana.
Pwede rin.
Yeah, and actually in our university, share ko lang po, no? We have this holistic approach in research development.
Okay.
Like, first, kaya nagawa yung flour machine is because yung president namin and his team, he developed a planting method which can double the yield of sweet potato. It's called the green mining technology. Then from there, na-realize namin na anong gagawin dun sa sweet potatoes. So we devised a machine for that na ipaprocess namin, tapos gagawing flour. And after gawing flour, ginawang bread and other pastries. So ayun po, parang galing from the start up to the finish talaga yung approach namin po.
So kung ma-adapt itong technology ninyo, ano ang magiging impact nito sa community or sa atin, sa Pilipinas?
So actually, if may someone na willing bumili ng flour machine namin, basically, it would lessen their burdens, of course, because they will produce their own flour. Hindi na sila bibili kasi ngayon, as what I've read, lumaki talaga yung import cost nung mga flours, like especially yung mga wheat flour. So, it's best for us na lang siguro to consider other available na flours and create our own, which is yun po yung approach namin.
Is it competitive, yung quality, yung price?
It is actually very competitive, sir, in terms of the price and the quality. Kasi I wish meron kaming dalang sample ng bread so that you can taste. It's really good. The flour itself, it made a significant contribution dun sa flavor mismo ng tinapay. So, yun po, as much as possible, root crops or sweet potatoes are considered na underutilized. So, yun po, malaking impact talaga if we create or we use these kinds of machines para ma-develop natin yung ma-utilize natin yung mga
Can you encourage yung audience natin kung interested sila, paano sila to keep in touch with you or your university para matry nila itong produkto?
So, hello po again. For those who would want to purchase a unit of our multi-crop pulverizing machine, you can contact us at cpsuipmo@gmail.com. Mag-email lang po kayo to inquire and we will happily reply. So, yun po. Support local farmers.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Ilang beses kaming pumunta sa Thailand, nakakita kami ng mga fruits na bina-vacuum fryer nila. At laging ang comment, sana meron tayo niyan sa Pilipinas, sana meron tayong ganyan. At ngayon, nakita natin, meron nga.
Yes sir, meron po.
Kumusta po yung invention ninyo?
Yung invention po namin ay dinesign po namin, sir, para sa small processors at medium scale processors. So, fit talaga siya for Philippines.
Yeah,
then,
exacto.
Ang tawag namin ay portable vacuum fryer. So,
portable
madadala
vacuum fryer.
Opo.
Okay. Saan po ang university niyo?
Sa Visayas State University
dito mismo?
Opo.
Okay. So, technology niyo?
Yung technology namin, under po sa university.
Yes.
Opo.
So, kumusta? Yung nagpa-sample ba kayo ng produkto na ginamitan ninyo?
Yes sir, pwede po kayong mag-sample. May sample po kami. Opo. So, yung technology namin ay yung crispy. Hindi siya ordinaryong fries. So, pwede siya at room temperature, nasa-store po siya. So, gaya ng yung mga crispy vegetables, crispy fruits, yun po yung technology namin.
Okay, given this, itong technology ninyo na na-develop nyo dito sa Visca, ano ang magiging impact nito?
Yung impact po kasi usually yung problem natin is post-harvest. Then may mga lumalapit po sa amin nag-interest sa vacuum frying kasi nasasayang yung mga fruits nila, yung mga edges, for example, yung mga tawag na mga string beans, may parts na hindi na utilize, ganon. At saka yung kamote na hindi nagagamit kasi hindi nauubos sa wet market. So, yung purpose namin is magagamit po yung hindi nagagamit ng mga wet market. So, may utilize po talaga yung mga crops.
Okay, sabi niyo po ideal for small, no?
Yep,
small farmers. So, ilang kilos ba ang pinag-uusapan natin na pwede niyang i-process in one processing?
Yung per cylinder, may dalawang model kami, single cylinder at double cylinder. So, sa isang cylinder is 15 kilos po ang pwedeng maipasok sa loob. 15 kilos na raw material. Opo. Then, from 15 kilos, yung niya is around 20%. So, mga 5 kilos plus siguro. Or 25%. Depende sa variety ng kamote or sa moisture content. So, yun.
Okay. So, ideal for vegetables, for root crops, pwede rin ba sa fruits?
Opo.
Pwede rin.
Opo.
Like yung jackfruit kasi malapit sa abuyog, maraming
yes po.
Yung
gumagamit na po na yung jackfruit yung ginagamitan nila. So may yung mga crispy jackfruit na nakikita nyo sa palib.
Yun na yan, magaling na sa inyo.
Vacuum fried po yun.
Wow, okay. So, for those interested po na maka-avail, by the way, kanina nung nag-present kayo, meron bang nag-signify na interested to adopt the technology?
Yes po. Kanina lang po may lumapit sa akin na sabi niya interested po talaga siya sa technology. So farmer po siya dito sa region. So may lumapit po kaagad. So yun, masaya po kami kasi kapag nagpi-pitch kami, may another na mag-a-adapt, may another interested. So yun.
Affordable ba yan? Kaya ng small farmers?
Yung price po ng equipment namin is around 300 to 400 lang po. So,
400,000 per unit.
Opo, per unit. At saka, kaya po ganun, kasi yung ginagamit naming materials is yung food grade na stainless steel. So, yun. Dapat talaga compliant siya sa food na industry. So, yun yung pagka-design. So, hindi namin tinitipid. Then, sturdy rin po yung material.
Okay.
So, after many years, nagagamit siya.
Nagagamit pa rin.
Nagagamit pa rin.
For those interested po, pwede niyo bang invite yung ating audience?
Hello po. Yung technology po namin, pwede po kayo mag-inquire through our Facebook page or through our email, fieldrootcrops at vsu.edu.ph. At you can search lang po sa Facebook, Fieldroot Crops. You can message us and we will do our best na ma-answer po yung mga tanong nyo if you ask about the technology or through the Technology Business Incubator of Visayas State University. So, yun lang po.
Ayan, ma'am, sorry yung hindi kita na-ask yung buong pangalan po niya.
Ako po si Mary Rose Maniego. Under po ako sa Fieldroot Crops na department ng university. Opo.
Ayan, so lahat po na problema na maraming harvest, hindi alam gagawin, nasisiraan, maraming harvest na langka. Ayan, pwede na nating gawin. I-process gamit ang kanilang equipment, which is ang pangalan po ay vacuum fryer, at hindi na ho tayong masisiraan at may bibenta ho natin siya ng mas mahal. Ma'am, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Available na po ang Agribusiness merch sa Shopee. Ang link nasa description box. Agribusiness, how it works. Instruct, inspire, succeed.